to to make some new greetings for my tutorials. Let me just share this quickly. Here, share. What we did last time, we started making some extremely complicated coffer, a chest. You might call it a chest or a crate. It's called coffer. It's called coffer in my language too. We use that word for briefcases, for example, or for luggage. Coffer. So let's see what we did so far. We didn't create a lot. Okay, I admit, and you can admit too. I hope you have your Blender open. We will have more. We will learn new things, especially the things we work with the last time. We worked with lots of curves. So we will focus on curves because to create this intricate coffer with intricate details, we will need lots of curves. We will model those details with curves. This time we will add reference image, so we always have it in our view. This is good frontal image I found on British Museum. It's not that sharp. Okay. It's not that sharp, really. But I couldn't find any other. So, what are we going to do now? First, you will learn to model with curves. Curves are important thing in 3D modeling. And they're pretty powerful too. Now you will get some. Let me see. Let me just check one thing. Yes, are we on? Oh, I forgot completely. We have music now. Okay. We have music. I think it should, the volume of music should be nice. Not so. Okay. Just something for background. Okay, let's create these things. You can use Blender feature, or is it a feature? and click somewhere to position your cursor away from this object and reference image, somewhere where you will be comfortable to create a new model. Here we will add some curves and we will see what they do. And with that we will repeat things we done earlier. So repetition is mother of learning. What are curves? Curves are 2D objects. They are not 3D objects, but they can be 3D objects without some 3D properties, but with curve properties, but they will look 3D and they will be 3D. The basics are Bezier. As I explained, this weird way of working with curves in Blender is something old from the earliest Blender days. It basically adds a Bezier curve on your scene, in your scene, and that's it. You may be expecting some drawing tools to show up and then you start drawing. No, you get one and then you edit that one. For all my beginners in Blender, let's make it again and let's see. Let's make it in front view. So press 1 on numerical keyboard, press Shift A, curve, Bezier curve. As you can see, when you're in front view, you see a curve, and someone would even like to start working on his curve. But be aware, press 7 to get to top view. Be aware that curve is already curved, and you will create a mess. Why Blender does this, I'm not sure. Why it just gives you one curve instead of tools to draw curves as you like. That's just Blender thing, and we got used to it. If you are familiar with vector software like Adobe Illustrator, or maybe something free like Inkscape, you can draw your curves there, but beware of something. Beware of change of workflow and limitations you could get there. Okay, once we have this curve, pick data properties or curve properties. You will see it can be 2D and 3D. Always when you're drawing a new curve and it just doesn't want to be drawn, it refuses to move on some axis, always remember to check if your shape or curve, now it's called shape, here it's called curve, okay, it's curve. Always check these 2D, 3D options. You don't have to bother with resolution preview, but you may be aware of it. When you zoom your curve, you see it's not perfectly straight, perfectly smooth curve. It have these sharp angles. So if you, for example, double this 2 times, and now you see it's a bit smoother. But when you zoom it again 2 times, now it's perfect. Now it's really perfect. if you need curves that perfectly described, you would ramp up this resolution preview. But be aware. Be aware that you rarely leave your curves in Blender to be just curves. You will always create some mesh. Usually you will create a mesh out of it. And let's see what happens when we convert this finely detailed curve into mesh with Alt-C. It's the same, right? No, press tab to go in edit mode. Select all. Lots of these vertices. Now we have lots of vertices. That means if you create, I pressed E and Y to extrude along Y-axis. If you create a 3D shape out of this curve, it will have lots of faces. In some cases, that's good, but in other cases, that could be an overkill for your 3D shape. Okay, now let's see what other things curve can do. I was teaching you how to start drawing immediately in Blender, completely ignoring that primitive already drawn curve. So press A, press Shift, press A, and add a point. My favorite way to draw curves in Blender. By default it's 2D, press 3D. Look, it can be poly, NURBS or Bezier. If you want, you can maybe Google these three to see the difference between them. But I usually work in Bezier. I almost never work with NURBS. I worked with NURBS earlier, and NURBS NURBS are kind of complex curves to work with. So, the moment you add that point on your scene, you will be by default in edit mode, by default in 2D type, and as I told you, press 3D, press E and start extruding your curve. If you want, you can select snapping and adjust snapping to be on increment, and that could help you working with curves. Okay, maybe we can use our grid here. Okay, when you want to end your curve object, okay, you just end it. That's one way to work. You exit edit mode. If you want it to leave it open, sometimes you want that. If you want to close it, you can either turn on cyclic and it will close automatically, or you can select these 2 points and press F. Now our curve for some reason looks weird, but it's still just a curve. Let's see, curve, select control points. So working with curves needs you to know about control points. It looks like it's open. I don't remember this. Are we in Blender 4? No, we are in 3.6.5. I don't want animation. Okay. Okay, I will create a new curve just in case I messed something here. So point again. Oh, so I left NURBS. Instead of Bezier, I used NURBS curve, and then started wondering what the hell is going on. So don't do that. We use Bezier curves. You can use poly as well. As I said, you can close your curve by turning on cyclic. That will tell Blender that this is closed curve. Now let's learn about these points. In every vector software, you create Bezier curves and you get these tangents, and they are used to define your shape. You can automatically choose behavior of your points. In this case, I use vector, that's sharp. You can add automatic. It will automatically adjust perfectly, so we get this oval. Line is the same, but you see what a line does. It moves other two. And free is free. You can move one and you can move other, and you can create a nice heart shape of heart. And then you will love for shape of heart. You will say, I want this to be automatic because I want this smooth. This too, I want to be automatic. I want it smooth. But for this, I want it free, so I get sharp. And we have this nice heart. As I can see, no hearts on our coffer. Maybe something that looks like a heart. Okay. Now let's do other things. So these do nothing if you didn't all do something, and that would be that would create confusion to you. And as I said, even if it's just a 2D or 3D curve, it's just a curve, it's just a shape, curve, whatever, data. It can be 3D if you add geometry to it. One of the simplest way to add geometry to it is to extrude it. If you need this kind of shape, it's okay. And you can sort of bevel it, as we did last time. The simplest bevel is this round bevel, and as you can see, it creates a round section around your curve, and now you have this, how to call it, thick, fat curve. You can increase resolution, or you can lower it to minimum of which is 0, but in this case minimum creates something, I would say it's four, it's a polygon with four sharp corners. If your curve is open, you can check this option to fill those gaps. Let's see. That would be okay for you to see. See, curve is open and it's also hollow, but if I check this, it will fill these gaps. Cool. You can also do something more powerful, and that's beveling with objects. Just to remind you, now when you know how to draw curves, when you know that you can create a thick curve of any depth you like, you're free to use them as ever you want. Now you don't have to create lots of cylinders. You can just create a lot of lines and check this round bevel option. If you, for example, want to create a fence or something, or a rope, or whatever. Now, what does object do? I would usually struggle with these, but I think we won't have issues. I need object. I want to create another curve. I want to create something that's something obvious. Let's see this flower. It's ugly. This will be nice. Okay, I will rotate it like this, and now I will pick that object to be the bevel object of our curve, or to be its section. It's a bit big, but as you can see, we can edit it, and we will shade auto smooth. You see, we practically used this shape to extrude along the line, along the curve of the heart we created. You can do a lots of cool things just with this. It's extremely powerful tool. For example, you can maybe create some shape of boat. Maybe, I don't know, let's see. The V automatic, there it is. Does this look like a boat? Maybe. And then you can create some rectangle. Like this. I want to rotate it like this, and I will say I want to create this from this, and look, it's a boat. Okay, I'm kidding, it's not a boat. but it's something that looks like a boat. Maybe something you can maybe create a boat of. Something to tell you about this: if you move this either way, nothing happens. If you rotate this, nothing happens. But if you edit it like this, something happens. Why is that? I'm not sure, but if it works, it works. Don't forget that you can also create stuff like this, which is not welcomed. I will just scale all these points in Z axis. That's because I'm erratically moving it in space. See, it affects the shape you created. It's not really about, okay, you may expect some artifacts with these overlaps, so beware. Know the limits of your curve. Don't forget, maybe I will say this is vector, this is vector 2. It's something that can be easily fixed. So you realized this is a powerful way to model something. You can also check these fill caps. This is a powerful way to model something, and if we look here, our reference image, I would maybe use these curves to create all these things. Let's just try to learn one more thing. Now you can use this twist method. So this is bad, this is minimal, this is the top, it's all the same. This is something for mapping. This is tilt. Okay. What else can we do? With simple curve, we can use this profile. Now you will see what it does. At first it just creates this shape, and this is it. And if I pick cornice molding, you will immediately recognize what this is. See? So in this case, this bevel profile is not working good in our kind of boat shape. But if I delete this point and this point and this point and just leave this to be one flat line, now it's a bit more understandable. But it does this cornice profile on all four sides. We don't have this, we don't need this. It can be half, or it can be just this, front, back. You can do, you can add another shape with cornice profile to create maybe this profile on some furniture, like to be rectangular on furniture. Why not? Let's try this. I will just extrude this along X, and I will F connect these. There it is. Let's see it. Z up, tangent. No. Z up. It's like some picture frame. Ground modeling. See, curves are actually a powerful way to model something. And when you're done, if you want to do more things, don't forget this is still a curve. It just looks 3D, it has some 3D properties, but it's still just a curve. And if you want to work with it, if you press edit mode, you will enter just edit curve mode. If you want it to be mesh, you need to convert it to mesh. Alt C, mesh. And now this curve is mesh. It's not curve anymore, and it's not possible to turn it back to curve anymore, because now this is a complex 3D mesh object. It's not curve anymore. But I can teach you a cool thing, because you will be advanced beginner once I finish with you, is how to extract curve from your 3D object you created with some curve. In this case, we lost our original curve that went through inside the true center of this heart, but maybe we are satisfied with this one. See, we are. To repeat this, repeat how you select loops. You can even select it with in vertex edit mode. But let's go to edge. Press Alt, click on edge, and there you go. That's your edge loop, and that's something that looks like a curve we had. Press P and you will separate that selection, and there you go. But it's not a curve, it's a 3D shape. It's part of some 3D shape, but you can convert it back to curve like this. But remember one thing when you do that. Remember when we drew a heart from Bezier curves, we had just 1 point here and 1 point here, and we have and here. We have just 4 points, and we described our shape with tangents. And that Bezier information is lost when we convert it to mesh and convert it back to curve, and the result is that we get a lot of these points. These points are actually these points, resolution preview. If we had this 60, we would have hundreds of these points. So just remember that. Okay, I think I would really like this image a bit sharper. Can we maybe open load recent? It's Coffer. It's a big image. We need to continue working on our circle. We need this mesh here. These surfaces hollow. There's one here. So we will continue. I will move my reference image here. How can we do that? When you want to connect objects, your 3D objects, always be aware that you need to connect them. They need to have approximately same amount of edges and vertices where you connect them. So maybe we could connect this part and ignore this circle. Okay, I will hide this circle. I could merge this, but I still don't want to. But I will connect them. Merging and with Boolean and connecting is not the same. I will join them, Control J. Now they're one object, but they're a bit different than merged object, like we merged our objects here. We can merge literally objects without Boolean if we know what we are doing. I think I want to add some add slide here so I don't have to use Boolean. When we have objects joined and they are separate and they are overlapping, that's completely normal. That's it's nothing bad. But in case you need them to be completely connected, you can do that as well. I will create some new loops here. Why do we want this to be connected like that? Because we want to create more mesh here. I will move this a bit like here. first you can delete these faces. X, delete faces, X, delete faces. Maybe we don't need to delete these faces. Let me see. What happened to our music? It stopped. Oh no, it didn't stop. I can't hear it actually, because I need to hear my voice. Pum, 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 pum. Okay, I know how to do this. I will merge these, and at last I will move this a bit. Okay, I will then I will add slide this guy. Maybe I should merge that before. I don't need these guys here anymore. I don't need this guy here too. And at last, yeah, this was, I will merge this guy here too, and I will create, sadly, a triangle, but we can fix that later. Also, let's merge this guy. See, now it's one. Now it's kind of merged. Boolean would probably do same thing like this, but with lots of unwanted artifacts. Now we need to do this for all three shapes, flowers, petals, whatever they are. We did some cut loops here to get more geometry to connect this. Then we delete this. I moved this way too far. Wait. I will just start merging, I don't care. I will start deleting these. And these two. The thing is, I need to create this mesh. Last merge. At last, let's connect these two vertices with F, and here too F. Let's create faces. You see, this is the way you create a 3D mesh. You just need a couple of vertices, an edge, and you can create face, and it's done. What I wanted to say is that I'm trying not to employ some precise way of modeling, because look how this looks. Look. This is really not precise. Look. I really want to introduce human touch here. Let's cut some loops here and here. We don't care. Maybe we can cut this loop. No, too much loops. Okay. I want to delete this guy and this guy. X. Delete faces. And also these two. Delete. Then we go to vertices. Merge these guys, merge at last. That was the last one I selected. Again, the last, first, last, M, again the last. Now I connect these with F, and I pick just two edges, and I can, with F, I can create a face, triangle, polygon. And here we are. Let's hide again on those circles. Now we have a merged shape. It looks nice. It has this deformation and artifacts. I want those. I want to mesh. We will probably even use some sculpting, rough sculpting. So now we need to create faces. Sorry. In this space, the easiest way is to just select the loop and press set, and we will get these faces. And this is not a good way. It works. Maybe we can speed things up. Let me see if there is a better way to create these. Face, grid fill. See, this is a way better way to fill these holes. Now I'll just delete this face, select these edges again, go here and press, no, what did I press? Do we have exact number of vertices here as we had here. Wait, what was that command? Fill. Grid fill. It was. We probably don't have the same. But how is that? Let's try grid fill again. No. Select two edge loops. And this. Yeah. It's not working anymore. And this worked. And this, no. How is that possible? Can we? No. This is weird. I want to start it again. I will delete this. Now I can't delete this. It should just fill. I think it is the same number. Maybe it's not the same number. Let me see. Here. Here. Closed loops. We have closed loops. This was loop. Is this closed loop? You see how this part looks, shades much better than these. Can we do it by hand, maybe? It won't look as good as this. Why this happens now? I'm really not sure now. This closed loop. That's exactly what we need. It tells me something, but I don't understand. This fill is ugly, full of triangles. Can we create it, move to quads? Some of them are now quads. And this was perfect, and this not. I am sure that it's the same. This and this is the same. A mystery to me now. This is a mystery to me. Now I need one Demel. Help! Why is this happening? Now I need to post this on Reddit and ask people, why is this happening? And this one is creating perfect topology, and this not. Maybe we have something bad going on. Let's see, there's some sufficient vertex. Grid fill from 2 loops. And how this happens? Let's try again. Let's undo. I just want to see why this one created this beautiful topology and the other no. I want to find that difference. So it is same. And face, grid fill, it fills grid. Okay. This one, face, grid fill, it doesn't grid fill. So why is this one different? Why is this guy different here? And they're all the same. It's a mystery to me. Are they all the same? So, grid fill will work only if there are pairs of these vertices, so they can create a grid. Here, grid, what we said, here, grid fill works, okay? And here, grid doesn't work. Even if it's, to me, almost the same thing. Is it almost the same? Okay, attention. This and this. So which one works? What we said. This one, grid fill. This one work, okay? Let's see. Face, grid fill. No, this one doesn't work. And this one, face, grid fill. This one works. So what are the differences? Look, let's look here. Okay, I find it. So I will just merge this guy here at last, and this guy here, merge at last. Now let's see. Yes. Now let's try. here grid fill works, here grid fill works. Okay, it's that. Let me see here. Now what will happen if this doesn't work? Face grid fill works. I finally made it. See, what I wanted is this nice topology. It doesn't matter, we will punch a hole through it. It doesn't matter, this is not good topology, but I wanted to show you how to create a nice flat topology for your 3D shape. Basically, it needs its pairs of edges and vertices so it can create these nice squad shapes. An expert, lower lip, where are circles? There they are. Ornate circle 1, ornate circle 1, one more. No. Did we just delete one? It could be. I often delete things. What would expert do? Expert would probably create this out of this. And he would have a whole nice logical topology in same object. But look, we are beginners. Okay, I definitely deleted one ornate circle. There's another, but I don't see it. Oh, this is also ornate circle. Yeah, I probably deleted one. But this is easiest. Now we have a surface here, and we have it only to cut it. Let's look at our and we will anyway cut it. It's such a nice surface. We need to cut it here and here. So we have these holes inside our other circles. Maybe close this like this. I think I could. That's basically it. Nice. We are getting somewhere. Stay with me. Don't lose your hope. Once we finish, we'll be a super advanced beginner in Blender. I think I need a break, so I will pause this for 10 minutes maybe. You can also create a pause, and we will continue then. So Hi guys, I'm reading it now. Chat agent. I don't see timestamp where you wrote this. No. I will try to find some. Hello agent. I will try to find some settings in YouTube so I can hear that someone is sending a message on chat. Okay, I really need to take a pause, and I will be back in 10 minutes or so. Should I pause it? Should I just leave it like this? Why not? I will just leave it like this. You will know when I get back in 10 minutes. And hi, here I am. Should we continue? Some other way press 7 to get the top view. Adjust this circle roughly here. Remember, we don't need this to be perfect because it's not perfect. Look how imperfect this is. Now we need to create these holes. I will just punch them through, and there's also something here too. Do we have that? Yes. So the easiest way to punch these holes, and let's not forget we have to punch a hole here too, is to use that hated boolean. We want quick results, and we don't care if some of our results are dirty. We won't be bothering to connect all these meshes to one perfect mesh with quad topology. That would be exhausting. We want quick, fast results. So I will just start punching a hole first in these circles with maybe some cylinder, gigantic cylinder. Mesh cylinder, and then we will draw or reuse okay, this will be enough. Shift D to duplicate. This will be cool too. Shift D, duplicate. I can even enlarge it a bit, why not? That's a mesh behind these circles. Should I maybe punch 3 holes at once? That could create unexpected results. Let's just choose Boolean modifier. Pick one, it's cool. Add, you can hide this, okay. Add another Boolean modifier for each hole. Looks good. And another Boolean modifier, because you can only pick one object to cut another. Looks cool. We have holes for these. We can collapse or apply these. I'm not sure if there is a way to apply them all at once. We have holes here, okay. Let's get our cloverleaf shape and see what kind of and see what kind of holes we need to create here. It's some kind of 3-pointed flower here. I can't really see. Is it 3-pointed flower here as well? I think it is. So we will create a 3-pointed flower. We will duplicate this. I want to maybe this could be useful. I will delete these vertices and delete this too. And I will try to create that 3-pointed flower. I need sharper flower, sharper points, so I will subdivide. Now I can use a vector. I want it to be sharp. It's something like this, I think. It's like some Mitsubishi logo. I will definitely choose flat so I can see better what is going on here. Okay, we have one. We will duplicate the hell of it. Maybe we can choose a smarter way to duplicate things. So let's place our cursor, Shift S, to world origin. That's here in the middle. Now we want an origin of this object to be where our cursor is. Hi, agent. Yes, I'm just follow. I think I don't even need empty for this. I will do it other way, quick and dirty. So press that obnoxious shortcut Control Shift Alt C. We want our geometry to be in 3D cursor. There it is. Now if you press R, our object rotates around its origin, which is in the center. Now duplicate it. Shift D, don't do nothing, press R on your keyboard to rotate your duplicated object. Shift D R, Shift D R, Shift D R, and Shift D R, and there we go. We have them. Maybe I would. We can adjust them a little bit. They're all the same. We don't want them to be all the same, because this is one ugly coffer. It's distorted. maybe by time, maybe by it's weathered, maybe by their owners. I don't like these really sharp pointing flowers. Cool, let's punch a hole. Would you like to try? Should we try punching all holes at once? That could lead to unexpected results. So select your flowers like this. I want to duplicate this three-pointed flower to use it for other holes. Let's try, maybe we can do that. Maybe it will just punch a hole. Control J. Let's convert it to mesh. Let's go edit mode, press F to, select all, F to select all, F to fill the holes, E to extrude. Put it a little bit down. Select your main object, add boolean. I was talking bad about boolean and now I'm extensively using it. We have good results. There it is. Now let's create another. We can duplicate this for backup purposes. Let's create this small three-pointed rounded leaf. Let's get rid of these sharp edges. Select them, press V, automatic. Okay, automatic as well. Automatic as well. It looks bad. It's not perfect. I can always create perfect three-point rounded flower, leaf, whatever it is. But our coffer is not perfect. It's intricate, but if you look closely, it's manually done. Oh, look where this guy is. I want this guy to have its origin to geometry. So for me it's more natural to work with. Scale it, rotate it. And scale it again. Adjust if necessary. I think these guys are sharp. We will now take a look. We don't see well, but yes, these guys are kinda sharper. This will be okay. As I said, it's not perfect, but we want it like that. Oh. Duplicate. This guy needs to go here. Let's connect them. They're ugly. I want them to be like that. Control J to connect them. Alt C, convert to mesh. Edit mode, select all. F, E to extrude. Not that way. Undo. E to extrude. Push them a little bit down so they can punch a hole here. Select your, add new boolean. Pick your objects. It works perfectly, and there we go. We have this thing. I will move this a bit inward. We have this thing here. After that much work, we done it. Now, as you can see, whoever made this made it by hand, and I think it was harder for him to create a new one. He doesn't have a duplicate in his forge. He have to create it by hand, and he created new ones, different. Each is different. Should we go that far? We can, but once I have this, I will just duplicate it. Once I have this part here done, I will just duplicate it. I will duplicate it on front, on sides, on the back, because I don't know how back of this coffer looks. I actually don't even know how this side looks. This is different than this. I just maybe I could decipher this. So far so good. I want to join this. Remember, it's joined, but it's not one object. Apply this boolean. Don't forget to apply it. It's not one object, it's a joint object from 4 objects. We can add some solidify, not too much. Do we have weird results? Yes, we do. We used boolean extensively. What will happen if we add subdivision surface? Will it, oh, it will crash. Don't crash. Escape, 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 escape. Yeah, subdivision surface, don't like these booleaned meshes. Will it crash? Yeah, that definitely will crash. As you could also see, I wasn't quite saving this. We can hope Blender did autosave. No, it's not crashed. I think it's definitely crashed. Performance, apps, Blender, not responding. But let's see if memory is working. Yes, if this thing is working, if you see, it still uses memory. He's not dead yet. I can maybe press escape couple of times, but if this stops, he's dead. Blender is robust software. This is mostly due Windows, some Windows thing. Sorry. Blender is robust software. It often goes into not responding mode and goes right back. What's without decoding? Firefox is without decoding. Okay. He still uses memory. And not a lot. CPU, not a lot. Come on, wake up. As I said, he is alive, he is well and alive, and he added subdivision to our model, even though it's not one merged model. It's and even though it's heavily booleaned with weird topology, but he made it. And even though it has solidify here, I should delete this subdivision. Now, is this bad? When you look at this, subdivision is struggling around the really bad topology we got with Boolean. Is this bad? Yes, it is. We will delete it. Yes, it is bad. But look how many points and edges and everything is here. But you are a beginner and you are already learning about these things, and some things you can just accept. We would get better results if we separate these circles. We joined P, separate selection, there it is. They still have solidify. I will save it. Okay, now it's saved. Now could I make these holes with nice topology? Probably, but it would take time, and it would take time not because it's harder to do it, but because you have to think where to cut, where to place edges and vertices to get quad, and that's something I sometimes I just I'm not responding like Blender. I'm look at it and I don't know how to do it. Was there an easier way to do this? Yes. A lot of easier way when it comes to 3D modeling, but a harder way when it comes to drawing, vector drawing and painting. As a designer, I could actually draw this in Adobe Illustrator and create a displacement map for a mesh in Adobe Illustrator and create a transparency map in Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, and use and to get this with material. So I would displace this relief on some circle, and I would use map to get these holes. But that would be then that would be teaching you Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and not Blender, and the result would be, I don't know. I wouldn't like this result. So what we learned is that subdivision surface don't like topology, messed up topology like this. It can work. Let's crush Blender again. Maybe we could use some remesh tools. Blender has nice remeshing tools. What those tools do is basically create see, results are weird. We lost our holes here. The best looking part of mesh is this one we carefully connected. So we don't want it. We will just set auto shade smooth, and we have one detail of our coffer done. Agent is asking me something. Let me see. Could you empty? Also, will you be baking and texturing? Yes. Yes. When we finish this, it will be created of hundreds or not thousands of small objects. And it would be good for some static image rendering, maybe as some intricate asset in some animation, but would it be good for as a game asset? No. No. What people do is they create intricate models with millions of polygons and details, and then they bake it all into maps, normal maps, displacement maps, shyness maps, material maps, everything, and then they do retopology. They recreate the very same object with as possible as less polygons, in this case quads, because game engines need quads, so they can triangulate them once you import them. And then they applied all those baked maps to their new object. That's a part of working in 3D software I dislike the most. It's like you spend a month making something, and when you're finished, you're done. You're not finished, you are doing it all over again. That's retopology. I think I hate retopology more than I hate UVs. How could we UV map this? I have no idea. I would just view project it, and I wouldn't care. I think that's it. That's it for today. The video is already too long. Right point. Is this bad? I'd say it's I'd say it is not as bad as the thing in here. Look how this looks. And I will probably remesh it and sculpt over it to deform it even more. Okay, that's all of introduction to Blender. I hope you learned the new things. Today we learned a lot about shapes and how you can use those shapes, how you can turn those shapes into 3D objects, how you can use those shapes as a 3D objects without even turning them to 3D objects. We reused a lot of booleans. Now you will be my advanced beginner pupil, because you will know how boolean is bad, and you already see how boolean is bad and why it's bad, but sometimes it's easiest way to punch a hole in other object. When we will finish this, I think maybe around 10 or 15 episodes we will have this coffer. That's all, folks, for tonight, for today. It's a day, it's not night. And see you again, I hope. Usual YouTube talk is, don't forget me. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment if you like what you see. And stay with me, and bye.